Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Shantana Graham from Shantana's Graham Coaching. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for joining me today. Today I want to discuss the topic healthy relationships, and not just romantic relationships but also family relationships and friendship. Healthy relationships involve love, respect, open communication, and honesty. Those are the basis of formulating healthy relationships. Now, it's ever so important to formulate healthy relationship, especially as a single mother. In times where we need a shoulder to cry on, we have an emergency, just someone in our circle that we can rely on for almost anything. Now, in the single mother community, it's very rare we have someone that we can rely on or someone that is willing to take the burden off of us sometimes. Now, in many cases, fathers are not present in their child or children's life, which leaves majority of the responsibility on the mother. And in most cases, also, it can be a burden on mothers to be able to manage child or children. For most mothers, especially in the Caribbean, we have multiple children for multiple men, different men, and fathers are neither present. So we take on the full responsibility, the financial responsibility, mental responsibility, all the responsibilities, everything is loaded upon mothers. So it can be quite overwhelming, and that is where healthy relationships is needed. As a single mother myself, I can tell you there are going to be times when you are going to feel overwhelmed, you're going to feel tired, and there are going to be days where you feel like you just cannot go on. And it makes such a big difference when you have a friend or a spouse or a family member who you can rely on. You can call and say, I am experiencing this. This is what I'm experiencing. I feel so tired. And just the mere fact that you have somebody that you can talk to, it makes a whole difference. Because sometimes all we need is a listening ear. Sometimes all we need is a positive reinforcement so that we can get through whatever it is that we are going through. And if there are times when we are feeling exhausted from everyday life, by feeling overwhelmed by the challenges, because not only do we have to take care of our kids, we have our own personal life, own personal things that we are going through as well. So if we have a healthy relationship with a family member, friend, or our spouse, and we can explain to them that I am having a terrible day. I am going through a phase right now where I feel like I just cannot move forward. And if that person is able to say or to do something, like for example, if we're at work and we're going to get off work late and we need to pick up our child from school, and you can make a phone call and say, can you do this for me? It makes a whole lot of difference instead of us trying to do everything on our own. We also need to establish positive relationships, and that is so important in a single mother's life. There are going to be days where we don't feel like getting out of bed, we don't feel like going to work. We're just having a gloomy, sad day. It's natural, we are humans. And like I said before, I only have one child, but can you imagine if you have 3, 4, 5, 6 kids and you have to be doing everything on your own for them? Thinking about it is already exhausting for me. So you want positive relationships in your life. So when you're having those days, there's someone, a loved one, that can say, that can reinforce you that it's going to be okay. What can I do for you? How can I help? How can I assist? Can I take the kids to school? how can I be of help to you, basically? And when you look around, majority of us women, single mothers, we don't have that. We don't have that in our, there's not one family member we can count on for that. We have friends, but not any of our friends is willing to step up to the plate to assist in that way. Sometimes we have boyfriends that doesn't even care about our own children. So when I say positive relationship, we're talking about those relationships where in a jiffy we can count on that person. We can count on those persons. We really need that, and we really need to learn to establish positive and healthy relationships. Don't have friendships for the sake of having a friendship. And I'm not coming from a selfish way. And this is an analogy that I like to use a lot. And I saw this once on someone's status and it stuck with me. So for example, you're in a desert and you're very thirsty. And there is a glass of water before you, but it has poison in it. Will you drink it? Would you consider drinking a glass of water that contains poison? Even though you're thirsty, you've been walking in this desert for days, and you're thirsty, tired, would you drink it? That water is temporary satisfaction. The lasting result is poisonous, it's death. So you'll drink it, but it just quenches your thirst temporarily. The lasting result is you're going to die. Slowly but surely, you're going to die. And that's what some of us do in life. We have temporary relationships just for the sake of having relationships. I'm not talking about romantic relationships. I'm also talking about friendships. Those persons that you keep around for the sake of, I don't know, for the sake of having somebody around. And it doesn't add any value to your life. The lasting effect is you're actually miserable. You want to have a conversation, you want to tell that person how you're feeling, and you just cannot do it because they cannot relate, they don't understand, and they have no comforting advice to give you. And that is something that we just really need to get out of. We just really need to stop. We just need to let go and stop it. Look for meaningful relationship. And I'm sure majority of us women, single mothers, we have so much to give. We have so much to offer. Even though we are struggling mentally, physically, we still find time to love people, still find time to care for others. But in return, we have nobody to care for us. And that's really sad. So what I want you to get from this today is learn to formulate positive and healthy relationship as single mothers. And if you're not a single mother, I am pretty sure there's something that you can take away from this message. So that's all I have for you guys today, and until next time, see you. Bye.